Well, hey there. Good afternoon, traders. How is everyone doing today? If you could give me just a quick update. Can you hear my voice? Can you see the screen? Just do a quick test. Just go ahead and chat in the box if you would, and let me know if we are coming in clear. How's everyone doing today? Can you guys hear me? Can you see my screen? Are we coming in clear, guys? Excellent. Awesome. All right, good. Perfect. Excellent. Well, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I've got some great stuff that I'd like to share with everyone here today. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, just a couple housekeeping items. Of course, we have our disclaimer. Please understand the risks involved with trading. NeuroStreet has no financial interest in the outcome of your trades. We are here to help you and educate you and help you learn our processes. Okay. We are recording the event as always, so we will send out the recording. If you have to fly, don't worry about it. We'll get the recording out to you. If you have additional questions, we're just a phone call or an email away. We're always happy to help out our traders. So please feel free to reach out. And if you have questions during the event, please feel free to ask away. This is, open forum. We like this to be pretty interactive. So if you do have questions, just feel free to ask, and we'll be sure to answer any questions you may have along the way. Just bear with me. Obviously, we're in a presentation here, so might just take me a minute or two to get to your questions. So just bear with me here. All right, so what do we have on the agenda today? So we're going to do a quick intro, talk a little bit about who we are. We're going to talk about our why. Why do we trade? What is it that got us into this business? We'll talk about some of the problems with trading, talk about some awareness, classroom versus real life, and really the learning process. How do we learn how to trade? We'll look at 4 phases to developing a trade plan and shadow trading, and then we'll discuss some user success, real trade examples, real trade logs, and the curriculum involved with this program. What we're talking about today is Mastermind group coaching. Okay, so Mastermind group coaching. What is it? How does it work? All that good stuff. And more importantly, how can it help you as a trader? Okay. First off, my name is Jim Simmons with NeuroStreet Trading Academy. Who are we? We are real traders. We're real people, and we have real results. We plain and simple. We're here to help traders get better and advance, and to ultimately find their way to profitability. Now, that's a very bold statement to make, but we've helped thousands of traders before, and we're not about to stop. Uh, just first off, I've traded for 13 years myself. I am now a professional trader, and I'm currently and have been consistently profitable for a while now. And part of my journey, if you will, started with NeuroStreet a couple of years ago, and I came to NeuroStreet as a struggling trader. I traded for 10 years, hadn't made a dime, and really was just up and down, really ultimately breaking even as a trader. And I decided that enough was enough. I wanted to get some help, and I wanted to get to the next level. And I found NeuroStreet, and I joined the Mastermind coaching, and it helped me immensely. Uh, Fast forward about 6 months into the program myself, I was tracking consistent profitability as a trader, and that hasn't changed since. So I can tell you from my own personal experience, NeuroStreet has helped traders because they've helped me, which is why I ultimately came to work for them, because I believe in what we're doing here, and there's a lot of power behind what we do. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and tell you that it's easy. It's not. Trading is hard. Getting better as a trader is hard. It takes discipline, it takes grit. But if you can learn our proven approach to trading the markets, you can be successful in this business as well. And all of you are here because you've decided that you want to either improve as a trader, or you need to either start making money, or it's the end of the line, right? We've all gotten to a point at some point in our trading career where we draw a line in the sand and say enough is enough. Either we're going to do this right, or we're not going to do it at all. And that's where I got to. And fast forward again, this is where I'm at now. But I can tell you this because I understand the struggles. I understand what it feels like to be losing constantly. I understand what it feels like to break even for years and not make money and feel like you're just spinning your wheels and wasting your time. So I understand that. And I also understand on the other side that there is success. And I understand what that success feels like. And I want that for everybody here as well. Okay, so we're going to be talking about real concepts and real issues, that traders face. And so, and then we're going to talk about the solutions and how we can help you solve those issues. Okay, the solutions that we provide here at NeuroStreet, if you're new to us, they are cutting edge. They're really cutting edge indicators and education and coaching and all these things. Um, but more importantly, they're not going to break the bank. We've designed our products and services to be very, very cost effective, and so that it's more approachable and it's available to the masses. Okay, so let's talk about why. What is it that got you into trading? And I'd like for everyone to go ahead and use the chat box, and let's keep it interactive. So what is it that got you into trading? And why is it that you trade? Why on earth would you want to be a trader? Is it, and go ahead and type your answer in the chat box. We've got a number of suggested results here. Do you want more time with family? You want to supplement your income, exit the rat race? You want to travel the world? You want to run a portable business, better lifestyle, time freedom? Go ahead and type that in the chat box. What is it that attracted you to this industry, and what is it that got you into trading? I'll give you guys a second to work on that. Just going over a couple things here while we're waiting here. Okay, perfect. All right, so we've got a couple answers here coming in. It says supplement income and new achievements. Yeah, we've got freedom. That's say couldn't have said it better. Freedom, and we'll talk about where freedom comes from. More importantly, not have to rely on government for pension, and have some financial freedom, and all of the above. So Social Security not enough. Yeah, totally get it. There's a lot of folks who are facing retirement that don't have quite enough saved up. That, that's awesome. Dave says he wants to buy his boss's business and fire him. That's great. Good stuff. And Robert wants to work from home. Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot of freedom that comes with becoming a consistently profitable trader, where you're able to do ultimately what you want. I mean, it all boils down to one thing. We look at all these things, and all of these things are fantastic reasons to trade. The reality is, and we kind of all think about the end product, which is great, but what is the conduit? What is the path that we can actually make it to that end goal? And that is money. The reality is, we can't make it as traders unless we can become consistently profitable, making money as traders, because there's no income without consistency. Okay, and we're going to talk about that more throughout. Yeah, expand resource basis to give more, do God's work on the earth. Yeah, absolutely. Wants to get more involved and maybe help people. So those are all good reasons. So the purpose for this event, really, I really just want to be real and raw in this event. We do these events and we have a good number of traders that come out and they kind of check things out, and we have traders that come into the mastermind as a result, and it's really a good effort. It really is, and I love what we're doing here, but I just want to get really raw with the fact the purpose for this event is to show you how to get consistently profitable. End of story. I mean, we can call it whatever we want. We can talk about advancing as a trader. We can talk about demonstrating a proven way to get to the next level. It, Guys, it's about making money. It's about becoming consistent as a trader, and it's about becoming better. Okay, so we're going to cut through the fluff and get right to it. Okay, so let's talk about some problems with trading. There's a handful of problems here that traders face day in and day out. Where to get in, where to get out, how to improve winning percentage, how to become more disciplined. Uh, all of this, may I be so bold? I mean, some of it are consequential, right? Like having a day job and having limited time to trade. But most of this, if we look at this list, let's just get right down to it. It's emotion. It's emotional involvement in trading. So why are we frustrated as traders? Why do we struggle as traders? Why do we have issues as traders? It's because we're people, we're human beings. We're designed to have emotions. We were built this way to be able to provide for ourselves. Fear is not a problem. Fear is something that keeps us alive. If you eliminate the fear, then, then we're going to get eaten by a cheetah. Not a cheetah, probably more like a cougar. That's probably more realistic, maybe a jaguar. But the reality is, fear is there for a reason. But fear can sabotage our trading if we let it overrun us. Frustration can sabotage our trading if we let it overrun us. It's the same thing. If we look at any of these, hold on to a trade too long, that's greed, that's emotion. Get out too early, fear. Need to improve winning percentage. Need to become more consistent, and you're still doubting yourself as a trader. Need to become a more disciplined trader. You don't believe in what you're doing. Knowing where to get in and out and take profit. Don't believe in your system. Have a lot of small winners. One big loss wipes them out. You got too greedy that day, or you went too aggressive. Took too many trades. You're too aggressive. Need new training. Okay, you need to learn. Sure, fine. Blew money on trading, now you're gun shy. Of course, you're afraid. You're afraid of being burned. You're afraid of losing more money. These are all real things that traders face. So if we look at this chart here, we can see that it says all traders, and I'm going to change this out just because I don't believe that all traders start with a dream of getting rich quick. We all know that getting rich trading takes time, takes discipline, takes dedication, takes a lot of learning. Um, we can all say that, but it says 40% trade for a month, 80% quit within the first 2 years. Only 7% remain after 5 years, and of everybody who started, there's anywhere from 1 to 5% who are profitable as traders. So what is the difference between the 1% and everybody else, or the 5% and everyone else? Whatever that number is, we know it's a small number because we see it over and over and over again. So somebody's got to be telling the truth here, right? But the reality is trading is hard. And the difference is between those who are profitable and those who aren't is the ones who are profitable, one, stuck with it long enough to get to the other side. They were dedicated enough. But more importantly, they were willing to do all the things that everybody else wasn't willing to do. Really, that's what it comes down to. What is the work that you're willing to put into this so that you can become consistently profitable? Eventually, as traders, we start looking like Tommy Boy here, pulling our hair out, acting like a crazy person, right? We've got some other comments here. We think, therefore, we screw up. Setups are too complicated, haven't found a consistent setup. This is all stuff that we can help you with. I know that because been there, done that, right? I think with consistent setups, it comes down to who are you as a trader? We could tell you 20 different ways to trade, and all of them are profitable. It's just a matter of what works for you. There may be a setup that works great for you and doesn't work for me. There might be a setup that I absolutely love and you hate. That's okay because we're all different. We all have different ways of going about this. So I'm going to launch a poll here, just a simple yes or no question. Again, we're just trying to eliminate the fluff here. This particular event, it's about one thing. It's about helping traders get to the next level. And so I'd like to know who here is struggling as a trader, who here is doing fine, and we'll give you a second to just go ahead and answer that. We've got a good number of traders here, so awesome. Thanks, guys, for hanging out today. Always good to see some familiar faces here as well. Good deal. It's good stuff. People all over the world. It's good. Good deal. So we've got 94%, 95% saying they need help as traders. So that means 5% are doing fine. And that's good. That's good. We absolutely celebrate those facts, and we're going to look at a case today where we see traders who are doing great. So yeah, 95%. 95% are struggling. And struggling could mean you're losing money. Struggling could mean you're breaking even. Struggling just means one thing. You're spending time and you're not making an income. Who here wants to go to work for free? I know the guy that wants to fire his boss and take over his business. He's not going to work for free. He's going to work to earn an income. So why do we go to the trading desk and not pull an income? Okay, that needs to stop because your time is valuable. Okay? So let's talk about the learning process. So how do we learn as traders? How do we learn in general? Okay, let's just get the foundation of learning. So learning, let's just call it retention. Retention of information. You understand something that you didn't understand before. Therefore, you learned something, right? So 10%, so people will remember 10% of what they read, 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, 50% of what they see and hear, 70% of what they say and write, interesting, 90% of what they do. So the idea here, Confucius says, I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. Understanding something means you have to apply what you've learned. If you can't apply what you've learned, you just simply know something. To know something and understand, I think, are two different things, really. And so, how do we get to understand? It's a matter of putting into practice the principles that we are learning. It's a matter of repetition. It's a matter of doing. It's a matter of classroom versus real life. How do you put it into motion, right? I'm going to go ahead and conclude the poll. Thanks, guys, for voting on that. It's very eye-opening, right? Very eye-opening for sure. So if we look at the process of learning, and this is something that I just kind of put together to really illustrate the progress of how we progress, sort of from not understanding something to getting to the finish line. Okay, so seeing is believing. You got to see something to believe it. Believing leads to trust. Once you can believe something, you start to trust it. That builds an openness and a willingness to learn. Once you learn, you have to do it. We just saw that. Learning leads to doing. You have to do it. Doing leads to repetition. You have to do it over and over. Doing something over and over, you get better, start to improve. When you improve, that leads to excellence, and excellence leads to consistency. So this is the path to becoming a consistent trader. It doesn't start with learning something and then poof, you're consistent. Trading, if there was a magic genie, maybe, but he'd probably just give us the money instead of teaching us how to trade, right? So, but the point is, to get to consistency, we have to go through all of these steps. We have to do something, we have to learn it, we have to repeat it, we have to get better till we achieve excellence, which leads to consistency. But wait, there's more. Okay. So consistency leads to income. You cannot make income as a trader without consistency. I mean, you could be consistent as a trader, you could be consistently losing. Obviously, that's not going to generate an income. Okay. So when you get to consistency, that's what leads to income. If every time you make money in the market, if you give it right back, you have no income. If you start with a $10,000 account and you build it to 20, and then 3 months later you're back down to 10, you haven't taken any money out of the account, there's no income. You made money, yes, you definitely made money, but then you lost money, therefore there's no income. Consistent profitability leads to income, which is what we're all here for, income. We all said it's about making money so that we can achieve our dreams. Well, income leads to wealth building. Wealth building leads to financial freedom. And there were a number of us here who said that's what we want, financial freedom. This is the process. Financial freedom leads to more time. More time leads to better relationships with our family, with our friends, with our community, whatever that might look like for you. Better relationships leads to better quality of life and better health. It's all these factors. If we eliminate all these things now, we've talked about the emotion, fear, greed, frustrations, whatever the case may be, all these emotions that come up from trading. So if we can eliminate those frustrations, because now we are consistently profitable traders, we're able to focus on our consistency, on our growth as traders, and on our growth in our income. Okay? It's a good stuff. So how do we learn? So we talked about the learning process, but what options do we have to learn how to trade? And every time I do one of these events, we have traders that have just started out. They're just a few months in, to traders who have been doing this 15 years or more. Everybody across the spectrum. It's usually pretty evenly split. If I was to ask the poll, that's typically what we get, right? So everybody's been trading for a period of time, and 95% said they're still struggling. They're not making money in the industry, okay? So what options do any of us have, whether we've been at it for 5 minutes or 5 years? Here's the options. So we could study on our own. We can look at the charts, pull them up, pull up our indicators, read a few things, and go, okay, do we know how to do it? Reading a book is a good start. It's a good way to get knowledge, but knowledge does not equal skill. Okay? Then we can do trade rooms and live classes. Trade rooms are awesome. Why? Because seeing is believing. So if you come into a trade room and watch somebody trade the markets live and they're making money, then you can go, yeah, there is money to be made here. You can see it, you can believe it. Okay. Then we get to group coaching. Think of this like a classroom setting. You go to a class, or you're in a college course, whatever the case may be, and you're in a group and you're learning. But the important thing is, if you have a question, you can ask the question. Okay. If you're reading a book, you can't ask a question. But in a trade room, you can. So the efficiency starts to go up here. We can see 30 to 50% success rate, which is good. And then one-on-one coaching leads to 75% success rate. And why is that? Because, again, you can ask questions, but the person who is coaching can give you specific feedback for your own development, not feedback that's generalized for a group, but feedback that is specific to you. How do you need to improve? Not here's all the mistakes the traders are making. It's here's the mistakes you're making. Here's how we fix it. And it's not to say you did something wrong. It's to make you better. It's to say, here's what we need to improve on, because improving leads to excellence. Right? So here's kind of the process. We talked about trade rooms. See that it can be done. Then you go to classes, and then you learn how it's done. And then you do it yourself. You have to practice. We will make a strong recommendation. Now, we can't tell you how to trade your money. Okay, that's not what we're here to do. But we will make a very strong recommendation that until you are consistently profitable in a sim account, that you don't trade your live account, because we see too many traders losing money. And we don't want that for you. Now, you could say sim is different than live trading. Yes, it is. But here's the philosophy. Okay, here's the thinking. And this is an unpopular subject. I'll just call it what it is. But here's why we believe that. Because if you can trade a sim account exactly like you would trade your live account, stick with me here, trade it exactly like you trade your live account, you put the exact same risk parameters in, you have the exact same trade plan in front of you, because you're a good professional trader and you actually have a trade plan. Okay. So you do all these things, it becomes second nature. We've all heard that term. He knows something like he knows the back of his hand, right? Some of you here who are, mechanics or whatever profession you're in, man, you could really spin a wrench. Or, somebody who's, we could use a million examples. But the point is, you do something enough, excellence, right? Excellence comes from something becoming second nature. So if you traded it exactly the same way, now you believe in yourself. You don't have the fear. You don't have the doubt, because you've proven to yourself, not only have you seen it, you've done it. And once you've done it, then you believe it enough to where that fear starts to disappear, so that when you do trade your live account, that same fear that was sabotaging you before is gone, and it doesn't sabotage you, because it's second nature. You almost don't even realize you're trading live money. Now, I know this sounds crazy to say, Okay. Just believe us. Just believe us on this. We would rather you not lose money. We want everybody here making money, not losing money. That's what this is all about. Now again, you can choose to do what you will with that, but that's our strong suggestion. Okay. All right, I'll get off that horse now. So then what happens after sim trading? You get coaching and feedback, and you get continued development. And I could tell you that coaching is the missing link between success and you. You know, it's really what does it take to get to success? Trading's hard. Trying to figure out what you're doing wrong on your own is really hard because you don't always know. Maybe you do in some cases. You don't know what information is pertinent and what information doesn't matter. What is it that you need to fix and what is it that's perfectly fine? You have to have some advice from somebody who's been there, done that, and can show you the way. Okay? And I know that because I've been there, done that. Okay? I've been on the other side. I've been on both sides. So this is how newbies trade. If we look at, before we get to coaching, this is the difference that coaching can make for us. This is the point that I'm trying to really drive home here. So this is a map of Chicago, very small map, but it's a map of Chicago. This is my hometown. This is where I grew up. I don't live there anymore because it snows a lot. So I got out of there. But I love Chicago. It's very near and dear to my heart. So here's a map of Chicago. And we look at this map, we'd say, oh, it's great. Sun is shining. Everything's beautiful. We're out looking at the Bean. We're going to Grant Park. We're getting some killer Chicago pizza. We're having a great day. Everything's awesome. The same way in our trading. We've got some good trades. We've entered. We don't have a clue what we're doing, but we clicked the button and we made some money. So life is good. But as newbies, we don't see this. This is big picture. So we go from our narrow focus as new traders, not knowing what else we need to add to our trade plan. What else do we need to add to our strategy? How do we filter out trades so that we only take the absolute best trades? That's what the bigger picture can do, because we can see, man, there's a storm headed right this way. Time to go in and seek shelter. Okay, we can see that in our trade, and this trade's starting to go a little bit crazy here. I don't know. I got to get out of this one. Okay, wait for the next trade. But the idea is the bigger picture will help you see more, so that you can avoid these terrible trades. Okay, so what's our process? How do we help traders to go from zero to hero, for lack of a better term? Well, this is our process. There's 4 steps. Okay. First step, we're going to map out your income goals, set smart targets, and help you start your trade plan. Step 2, we teach you our core signature strategies. For all markets, whatever you want to trade, we can teach you. We trade futures, Forex, stocks, options, cryptos, everything. You want to day trade? Great, we'll teach you. You want to swing trade? Great, we'll teach you. You want to trade for an hour a day? Perfect. You have a day job. You can only trade for an hour before work. Great, we can show you. You're overseas in Australia and you can only trade at odd hours. Perfect, we can show you. There is an opportunity to make money. Doesn't matter the circumstance. We can show you how to trade profitably with whatever circumstances you bring to the table. Okay, but it's a matter of understanding. We can show you, right? It's hard to identify these things on our own. It can be done, but it takes a lot of time, and time is money. Okay? So we'll help you map out your signature trade, and this is really important as traders, identifying strengths and weaknesses. What are we good at, and what are we like? Well, that was an absolute dumpster fire. Probably shouldn't have done that. What are we good at, and what are we not? Let's focus on the stuff that we are good at. Me personally, I'm not very patient. I can sit in front of a chart only so long before my finger starts to shake and I'm like, I gotta get a trade. That's my weakness. I can admit that, and then I build a trade plan that helps me work through that so that I don't have to get over antsy. I know I'm going to catch 2 to 3 trades a day, no matter what, in an hour or 2. I can get what I need. I can take good trades, and I don't have to overtrade. And there's some days I don't get as many, and that's fine because I know the next day I will. but it's about understanding your strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Step 3, money management. Again, money management, so huge, so crucial. We all know it. We all know this stuff. As traders, we say, well, if I was to ask, most of the audience here would respond the same way. What's the most important thing in your trading? Money management. Okay. We all believe it, but our trading doesn't reflect that we believe that. That's the difference between belief and conviction. Believing that something is true doesn't mean you're actually doing it. I believe in healthy eating. I believe in working out. I don't do it, but I believe in it. I don't have enough conviction in those things. Now, granted, I'm making that turn. I've decided today, admittedly, okay, this is a moment of personal sharing here. I checked the scale yesterday and I was not happy. I was like, okay, enough with you, COVID. You've got me hunkered down and sitting here on my butt. All right, time to get to work. All right. But just because I believe in something doesn't mean I do it. You know, I believe in eating healthy, but I still eat pizza and hamburgers, right? So conviction, this is the difference. Understanding that you believe in money management and actually doing it. Okay. And this again goes back to having someone who can kind of keep us accountable, right? Keep our head in the game to where we don't just start going, we're veering off the road or we're about to drive off a cliff. It's about having somebody who can help reel you back in if you get a little too out of hand. Look, we're human. It's okay. We understand things happen and we're going to make mistakes, but we fix those mistakes. Okay. By the end of step 3, you have a working trade plan. Think of it as a business plan. If I could say here, look, steps 1 through 3 are great. Building a trade plan, identifying who you are as a trader, all of these things are very important. I'm not gonna take that away. But what I will say is the one thing that matters. If you get anything out of this, the one thing that matters is step 4. This is what separates us from every other trading company out there. Because you don't have to pay a fortune to get coaching. There are coaches out there. I don't know how good they are because I haven't used them. All I can tell you is that the coaching here works. And I'm going to show you that. I will absolutely show you that. We're not going to just tell you something and not back it up. Okay. Coaching is the difference. This is why people enroll in Mastermind. So you can trade your plan. You can get suggestions and enhancements, improvements on your trade plan. You send in every trade you take and your trade log with all the details on the trade. You send that into a trading instructor. The trading instructor reviews those trades and gives you real feedback that's tailored to you. So you got to sell that trade plan to the instructor. Here's my trade plan. Here's why it works. And oh, by the way, I'm actually doing it because I believe in it. That's your job as the trader. The trading instructor's job is to say, you made a mistake here. You're doing great, but let's fix a couple things because I think we can make this better winning percentage. This is absolutely 100% the difference. Think of shadow trading like we're taking the training wheels off. So trading an experienced trader who more importantly is consistently profitable and has helped other traders and is consistent and they actually want to help you. These are the prerequisites to being a trading instructor. Our trading instructors have to have a very, very, very high rate of success, extremely consistent, doesn't make mistakes within reason. Obviously, everybody's human. But the idea is we only work with trading instructors who have proven their case, they trade profitably, and they've been there, done that. Okay? Because you can't have somebody leading you into the dark. They don't know where they're going. It's like you could put a blindfold on that trader, lead them into a forest, and they'll help you get through it because they know the way. Okay? So they give you real feedback. On top of this, again, you send in your trading and trade logs, but the focus is on you. It's not on the class. It's not on everybody else. It's not on here's the mistakes that traders typically make. It's here's you. Where do you want to go? Let's get you there. Okay. Does it work? This is a trader who was losing money and found their way to profitability. There it is. So just they earned a funded account through a prop firm. That is not easy to do. I can tell you that because that's how they make money. It's not supposed to be easy to do. One, because that's how they earn an income as a business, and two, it's because they're not going to just give anybody money to trade. You have to prove that you're good, and this trader did. I'm going to try to pull up a video. Bear with me a second while I try to do this. I'm just trying to figure this out. I did a video with a trader, and I want to share it. I'm just trying to figure out if I can pull this off. So bear with me here. I'm going to try to share a video. I have to see if you're actually going to be able to hear it. That's what I'm going to work on. So bear with me here 1 second, guys, because I just want to show you. This is a story. There we go. I think that's how we do it. This is a story of one of our traders who's been through Mastermind. Aside from myself, look, I work here, so there's only so much you can take there. Okay, I know I can play it, but I want to see full screen. How do we do this? I'm gonna figure this out one way or another. All right, well, I don't even care. I'm just gonna show you the whole thing. Detach canvas, is that how we do it? Yeah, this will work. All right, so let's take a look. This is David. This is a video that I put together with David. It's nothing super official, anything like that. But let me go ahead and play this. Let me know if you guys can hear this first off. Okay, I'm going to try.
Well, it's good to meet you finally too, David.
Can you guys
I've
hear
seen your
this?
name and seen you in the threads and stuff, so it's good
Chat in
to
the box. Are you guys
finally chat. So
seeing the video?
all right, so
Okay,
thanks
cool.
for doing this again. So first
Perfect.
off,
I'm going to
how
go ahead and start
was
it from the
the
beginning so we can watch this. Here we go. Here is David in 3, 2, 1.
Well, it's good to meet you finally too, David. I've seen your name and seen you in the threads and stuff, so it's good to finally chat. So all right, so thanks for doing this again. So first off, how was the Mastermind program different or even better than, say, the trade room and the indicators and courses? What made it different?
All right. Well, the mastermind is definitely better. I mean, the live trade room is great. You do learn some stuff there, but it's obviously not that necessarily one on one. But in the mastermind, you have so much more opportunity to ask questions, to double check stuff. When you do a trade, you can go in there and post it in the Discord group, and ask Gilbert like in the futures one, say, hey, how does this look? I can match to what he's doing, and I can say, okay, I'm in sync. So it's a lot different. Look, it's I don't want to say slower pace, but just more control pace, I guess. But a live trade room is a live trade room, right? Things are happening as they go right now, and minimal time to really answer too many questions, obviously.
For sure. Yeah, makes sense. Perfect. And then what were the top 3 things that you got out of this process that really turned your trading around for you?
Well, number one, it taught me how to take less trades. So before I was taking way too many trades. So even when I did and when I had good days, it was a lot of drawdown because I was just taking too many trades, and then I was mainly in recovery mode and wasn't taking smart trades. So going into the mastermind now, it taught me how to take better trades, be more patient, and wait for your trades, and learning not that I have to trade every day. That was my other bad habit that I had before I got into the mastermind. I felt like I had to trade every day, like I had to get, as soon as I turned on the computer, I had to trade. I had to be in the trade, and that kind of, it's not the way it has to be, right? That if you miss a trade today, there's always tomorrow to probably potentially get in the trade. So that is kind of the main 3 points. Patience is one of the biggest things that I learned, and waiting for my trade. Waiting for the trade that I should be getting in instead of just jumping to the first trade I see.
For sure. And so waiting for that restraint, your trading is going a lot better than?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Much better. Like I said, much more control. Even if trade doesn't go in my favor, I have a better understanding why it didn't versus it didn't work. And even if it worked, I know why it worked, which is the
Yeah,
key to learning how to trade, right? Not just knowing,
exactly.
even when it does go well, you don't want it to be like a guess. Well, it just went my way. You
Yeah,
want to know why it went your way
yeah,
and why did it work
exactly.
out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then last question, do you feel it was worth the investment? Is it something that you would recommend to the others?
Definitely would. I definitely would recommend it. It's like I made a comment to, I think I put in Discord too, and I personally believe had I not found you guys and joined the mastermind, I potentially probably would be done trading as of today. I would just not, because I think I would have just probably potentially blown my account and just
Mm,
just given up, said enough is enough, and just felt that
yeah,
maybe trading wasn't for me.
for
So
sure.
so it's definitely a big plus, big benefit, definitely worth the money for sure. I've gotten that just in the education alone, and where I am as a trader right now, regardless of what my account looks like, I've gotten tenfold what I paid for the account for the
Awesome.
mastermind.
Very good. Very good. Well, thanks again, David, for hanging out with us and sharing
Sure.
your thoughts. We'll be sure to share this with our community. We really appreciate it, and congrats on the success, and we'll keep moving forward
Thank
together.
you. Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
You bet.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right, good stuff. So that's, this is real stuff. This is real traders who are sharing their story and telling us what it's like. And you notice that's two of us now that have said the same thing. And David said the same thing that I did. I got to a point where I said, okay, enough is enough. I'm either going to trade and do this for real and get some help with it, or I'm just going to walk away because I'm spinning my wheels, I'm wasting my time, and I'm just sick of it. I got better things that I can do. And we all do. There's no reason we should sit around and either lose money in the markets or break even. Okay. So let's look at some actual trades. We talked about, we've heard from some folks that they've been successful. Let's look at some trades. So here's a trade on futures and forex. I'm not going to go super into the details of the trade. If you want to learn strategies and setups, of course we can absolutely help you. There's no problem with that. But this particular trade, what I'm going to show you here, let me grab my pen. Supply and demand concepts. Okay, so here is this sort of bell curve that's been flipped on its side. This is how much volume took place at each price. And you can see as the price goes up, the volume goes down. As the price goes down, volume goes down. Okay. So what's happening here, it's a simple supply and demand. Buyers and sellers, where's the liquidity? Where is a bulk of the volume happening? We know that the institutional traders, the big banks, the folks who are trading hundreds of contracts, they need the market to be here in order to have enough liquidity to get someone on the other side of their position. Because liquidity is for every buyer, there must be a seller, and vice versa. So if we know that there has to be enough contracts for them to be able to execute, what's going to happen when that price gets into low volume? It's going to reject and it's going to go back to high volume. This is the short version of that concept. We use this to exploit an edge in trading the markets. So here's our low volume pocket that we've mapped out. Goes into low volume right here, comes out, retraces back to moving averages, and we take a trade for two targets. Okay. Next trade, we're just going to keep moving right through these here. Next trade, this is a trader, just goes to show you that not everybody trades the same. This trader's trading with order flow. I personally trade with order flow as well. I love it. Not everybody does. I think it's kind of a love or hate type thing, honestly. But anyway, this trader took two targets here, took a target there, made 8,000 bucks for the day. Pretty good day. They trade more contracts. Doesn't matter the money. What matters is consistency and are you getting better? Here's another trade. There's low volume, comes in to low volume, trades out. We catch a target here, here, and it looks like there's one down here. Okay. Here's another one. This is Forex. Forex trade for profit out of low volume. It works for Forex too. This trade over here is a breakout trade, breakout above VWAP, volume weighted average. There's so many different ways to trade. We're just showing you real trade execution so you can see that seeing is believing, right? You got to see that you can actually make money with these trading setups. There's Entry there out of low volume, took a target, and then actually took 2 stops. If you can see that, and this is trade management right here. It's to say that if we hit target 1, we're bouncing off of this moving average, whatever that may be. It's probably a 100 period moving average, and it's bouncing. So we need to manage that trade. Why take a loss when we can take 2 small wins? Even if the trade does this kind of thing and goes, who cares? We've got money on the table. We've got green on the screen. Okay. Here's trades on stocks and options. We'll just show you these. Here's an opening gap play. We teach this in our strategy section. Market gaps up, huge gap, starts to color in the gap, breaks above this apex that's designed, from these 2 highs. We get above VWAP. There's 2 targets there. Okay. Kind of hard to see, it's pretty small, and you can see, look, if we see, yeah, there's profit at the end. We've got 3 winners and a loser. We don't win on every trade. That's not possible. The point is, are we profitable at the end of the day? Realistic goals, realistic targets, real numbers. Okay. There's another opening gap. There's the gap. Colors in the gap. We put in a high here. We put in the low here. Break above the VWAP, which is volume weighted average. We catch 2 targets. Okay. Good stuff. Moving on. Opening range breakout, different setup based on the opening range of a particular instrument. In this case, would have been a stock, it looks like. And it broke above the range, and it's above VWAP. Again, you see a trend here, trading above VWAP. There's another opening gap with a flag pattern. It's just a pattern break, really, is what it is. Got the higher high, lower high, a break of the apex above VWAP. Quick target, nothing major on that one, just a real quick target. Take the money and run. Okay. We teach all the scanners. We build all the scanners for you. We teach you how to scan for these positions. All that is taught in our curriculum. We've got 2 winners and a loser that day, but still enough to make 1,500 on the day. It's a good day. Another one here. This is just an apex break on spiders. It's just another trade. Our traders like to post their success, and we like to celebrate with them. We've got, Gary here had a good day, green on the screen, as we say. Another one here, right there. We've got another trader showing their profits for the day. They hit 83% of their trades, was it on this one? No, this one doesn't say, but they're showing all their profits for the day. This one here is interesting. We can see the equity curve. Nice little drawdown here, We've got a drawdown. How does the trader trade out of it? Are they trying to do this kind of thing? No, they're trading out slowly, finding their way back to profitability. We teach those concepts in money management, teach you how to protect yourself and your account. Okay. Here's a trader that made 83% win rate with $1,600 in profit that day. It's a good win rate for the day. But enough with the trades, you got to see the logs. Anybody can take a winning trade, right? Anybody can. But it's about what's the compilation of trades? What's the collection of trades? What are we looking at here? So this trader here, 77% win rate. This is not a small sample size. 69 trades with 77% win rate. This is a trader who's doing it the right way. A little better on futures than Forex, but still probably enough to be profitable in Forex, This trader here, 75% win rate with 4,500 in profit. This is only 16 trades. Okay, so it's a lot less trades. But again, we talked about the money isn't the issue. Consistency is the issue. That's what we're after here. But we can show. And this is just a small sample size. 2 more traders here. 68% win rate on the left, 60% on the right. More importantly, profitability. Profit factor 2.85. Profit factor 1.53. And they're both showing green. Now, these are both micro. You can trade micro. It's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. Fun fact, this trader is me. That's my trade log from earlier this year. Fast forward, my trade log is at 71% right now. It's consistent, I would love it to be 80% plus. We'll get there eventually, but I'm not going to get upset over 71% because it's profitable. I'm at about a 2.3 profit factor, something like that. So the trading's profitable. That's what we need to know, right? And all that is possible. These are real traders, aside from myself, and yeah, these are traders in our community. Here's another trader, made $9,000 in a month, a little over a month. But again, the numbers, dollars don't matter. What matters is consistency. Look at how many wins this trader took, and only took 4 losses. I actually went through this log. I saw this log, and admittedly, I almost didn't believe it. I was like, I'm going to go look at these trades. I got to see if this guy's telling the truth here. But it's real. It's a real deal. Okay? It is possible. So we finish all this up, and we say, look, what's your time worth to you? What is it worth for you to find your way to profitability? We, looked at myself and David. We both kind of got to a point where we said, hey, look, it's now or never. Either I'm going to do this or I'm just not. And my question is, are you at that point? Are you at the point where you're just thinking, I've been spinning my wheels long enough. I'm tired of doing that, and I just need to find profitability, or I'm done. I'm cooked. Maybe your family isn't supporting you so much on the trading thing anymore because they haven't seen it. Seeing is believing. So can we show that you can get profitable? And there may be some of you here who are, brand new to trading. Let us save you the headache of trying to figure it out on your own. Yeah, I would go so far to say, of everybody who's made it in trading, I would bet my life savings on the fact that there's not one successful trader out there who hasn't gotten help somewhere along the way. Not one. And, I don't know that to be 100% true, but we can certainly make a cause for that statement because we know how difficult it can be. All I can tell you, from trader to trader, one person to another, it's not to try and, push any agendas, anything like that. One trader to another, get help. If that is getting help through NeuroStreet and through Mastermind, great. If there's somebody else out there that's a better fit for you, that you want to get help from them, great. But get help. Don't try to do it on your own. It's just the time invested into it isn't worth it. You could pay a little something, get some help, and you have all this time on your hand, you know. So we go back to the question: if we fast forward the clock, we fast forward a year, and you haven't made any progress as a trader, you're still not profitable. What are you going to feel like, right? So let's not waste the next year. Let's get you help now so you can get to profitability. So what's that worth to you? What's it worth to get that help? That's the question here. So what's included with Mastermind? You get direct instructor access. This is an annual program. You have access to the team for a year. You get access to experienced traders in a private group, 4-phase fast track framework. Those are the 4 steps we looked at. Shadow trading with an instructor, basic and advanced trader training, system training, indicator training, money management training, a private library with a year's worth of video that you can go in and look and watch right now. There are weekly classes in Mastermind. Mondays are futures and Forex. Wednesdays are stocks and options. The classes are 90 minutes. Classes are at 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay? And those are once a week, unless it's a holiday or something like that. Okay? So we have a year's worth of video, at least. So there's, 50 videos in there at least? Probably around that, actually, given the holidays and things like that. There's some days we don't meet, like Memorial Day, Labor Day, some of those. But there's about a year's worth of video there that you can go in and watch. So you don't have to go through those 4 phases week by week. You can go through the whole thing right away if you want. You could send in all your materials to the trade instructor and go, here's my trade plan. What do you think? Is this going to work? Is this good? You can do that right away. You don't have to wait. Trade plan review, trade log review, instructor trade levels. Okay. Every morning, our instructors go into the private Discord thread and they post pre-market levels that you can actually trade every day before the market even opens. So you can go in there in the morning, pull up those trade locations, and you can trade them. So we call it earn while you learn. If you need to make money right away while you're doing this, great. We'll help you do that. Okay. We'll feed you trades. Mastermind has an application process. You do have to apply. You do have to become accepted into the program. It's not that we're trying to be cutthroat here. We just want to make sure that traders are serious about their development, that they're going to do the work involved, and they're going to be there to submit their stuff to the instructor. It's not for us. It's for the trader. We just want to make sure that we have a trader who's committing to completing the program, because it does us no good for you to come into the program, spend your money, and then not get any further. What have we gained? We don't want your money. We need it because we have to run a business, right? That's part of the process. I get it. But that's not why we do this. We do this because we want to help traders get to the next level. We just want to know that you've taken some time to think about the areas that you're struggling and what we can do to help. This just helps us set you up with a trade instructor so that they know what they need to coach you on. Okay. So there's an application. There's the address, the web address there, and I'll just type in the link here, nstradingacademy.com/mmgc application. Okay. Yeah. So try that link. Let's see if that works. I probably got to put the HTTPS in there. All right, let me copy this over. Yes. There we go. That should work. Did you guys get that? That link come in the chat box for you there. So there's the link. What I can tell you is this. I know all of you are dying to know what the pricing is. We don't put the pricing out on these webinars. We want to chat with you. It's not because we're trying to hide anything. This program is extremely affordable, actually. We just want to have a chat with you. There are some traders who have been in our community for a long time, and we want to honor that. And we have discounts available for everyone. Some discounts may be better than others. So we don't want to kind of sell ourselves short here. Okay. So there are traders who can, who can get some really nice discounts here. But I can tell you that we can work with you. There are discounts available. We have payment options available. If you need to break it up into a couple payments or something, it's no problem. We want to work with you. Okay. So here's my challenge to you. We're not going to leave here without a challenge. My challenge is, yeah, I did post it. Interesting. Oh, they changed something on Zoom. My apologies, guys. They changed the wording. Here we go. Now you should be able to see it. I sent that to myself. Doesn't do us any good. There it is. So there's a link. Fill out the application. It's short. It just tells us, what do you struggle with? Where do you want to get better? And some basic info. Just helps us get to know who you are as a trader. Here's my challenge to you. 95% of you who answered the poll said you're struggling as traders. Okay. 95% of you should be filling out the application. That's a bold statement. It doesn't cost you anything to fill this out and book a call. The call will be booked with me, and you can tell I'm really pushy. So look, we're not here to push anything on you. We're just here to give you the information, have a real chat about what we can do to help, and show you how it works. If it's a fit, great. If not, no worries. So there's the link. Fill out the application. If you're serious about trading, fill it out. If you want to get better as a trader, fill it out. Just what I'll do too is I'll give you a free trader analysis. This is where we kind of go over some strengths and weaknesses. We identify what your trading preferences are, kind of what times you're going to trade. We can help make recommendations on various strategies that might work with your lifestyle. Most of us have day jobs and other things that we're committed to. So we want to help you get through some of that navigating to help you figure out, what do you need to focus on? What's going to be your best approach? Because figuring out on your own it's tough. It can be tough. And the other thing that we'll do is a free needs assessment. So this will give us, we can tell you as part of the program, what we do is we look at how much do you need to make, how much do you have to work with, and how much can you afford to lose. So those are kind of the first three parameters. Then we go over how many trades are you looking to take per day, and all of our risk metrics are going to be based on those factors. So we look at how many losses can you take in a day. Usually it's a psychological factor. Some traders can only take a couple losses a day, and then they start to get a little start to get a little frustrated, maybe need to walk away. Okay. That's just, it's not a weakness. It's just what it is. Some traders can take more losses and be perfectly fine. It's fine. But we'll help you figure these things out. How long is it going to take you to get to your drawdown? How much risk are you going to put on each trade? How much you have to work with? How much can you afford to lose? And these numbers change. The whole idea here is that we help you scale your trading account, so we can help you get to the next level. Okay, because we don't want to stay where we're at. We always want to, get to the next level, make more money, scale our accounts, take an income, repeat. That's the name of the game. And with drawdown too, the other thing I'll say there, if you start with a $10,000 account, you might only be able to lose 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. I don't know, whatever that number is for you. Well, if you get to 20,000, what's that number then? I mean, you can't lose 15,000 and get back to that same five. So we need to scale that. We need to change things up as the account grows. You need to make sure you're protecting your account so that you can earn an income doing this. Okay. So good stuff. Any questions? Any questions from anyone that's hanging out here? And again, we appreciate you being with us. Any questions from anyone in the webinar here? Anybody have any questions about the process, kind of how it works? Obviously, like I say, pricing is something that we'll discuss one-on-one, so you do need to book a call for that. But we're happy to go over that with you with the discounts and what we have available. Okay, it's good stuff. No questions. You guys are kind of quiet today. I'll leave it open in case anybody has any questions you want to throw in. We've got a few more minutes. We've got time. Nada. No questions. Okay. I'm gonna take that as a good thing. We really went over everything well then. Stay tuned, traders. We've got an event coming up in a couple weeks. It's gonna be really interesting. Really neat event. Encourage you guys to come and check it out. I won't say too much about it, but it's going to be a week-long event where we're going to teach actual trading strategy, start to finish. We're going to go through everything. It's very in depth. You get a lot for that. It's going to be a paid webinar, but it's coming up soon. It's going to be awesome. Be sure to check it out. That'll be coming up end of the month, and then check out Mastermind. Please do yourself a favor. Check it out. It works. We can help you. We've done it before. We'll do it again. So if you're serious about trading, let's get you to where you want to be. No more sitting on the sidelines. No more losing money. None of that. Okay. Hey Rob. No, I actually day trade personally. Yeah. I day trade mostly. I do swing trade stocks. Pretty much exclusively stocks. I'm probably going to start day trading Forex as well because I think there's a lot of opportunity there. But no, I day trade futures. Currently, I'm trading mostly RTY, mostly trade the Russell, and I trade just about an hour and a half a day in the morning after market opens. I like to trade after the market opens. So, yeah, Samuel, it's totally up to you. I mean, it's if it's something that you think is something you're working toward, and it's not to say that you couldn't even share that knowledge and that info with family as well. I mean, it's just totally up to you. You know, we can help you. Either way, it's yeah, like you said, it's just a personal preference thing. But yeah, we've had folks from all over the world and all walks of life. So yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Anybody else? Any questions? Good stuff. Well, looks like some folks are starting to scatter, so we'll go ahead and conclude the event here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you have any additional questions, just send me a message. You can reach me at jim@nstradingacademy.com, or you can just go to our website and send a message to support, and they'll get that over to me. If you have questions for any of our traders or our team, anything at all, just reach out. We're always happy to answer any questions you may have. And more importantly, we're here to just look. This is the reason why we exist as a company, is to help create winning traders. That's what we do. So if you're struggling, enough of that. Let's get you some help so we can get to the other side. Okay. So awesome. I appreciate it, guys. You guys have a great week, and we'll catch up with you soon. Until then, trade well. We'll chat soon. Take care, guys.